like shots that you think you could win, that you're pretty confident that you could win.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with the latest physique update from Quinton Beastwood, just a few days out of this year's New York Pro, which is gonna be his first show of the season. So we have to assume that these are very recent because he looks super flat and depleted. And this is exactly the phase where many bodybuilders struggle mentally. But in order to look at your best on the stage, you have to go through this phase, where you look all flat, all depleted, your muscles do not have any pop, and it almost gives a feeling that you are all soft and holding a bit of water. So these must be the last pictures by Quinton in Canada, because now he is gonna fly out to New York, and his body is gonna change drastically in the next few days, and there is no doubt about that. So Quinton is that guy who is tall, who is wide, who has insane aesthetics, one of the most insane flow out there. But all that being said, we know there is a guy like Nick Walker in that lineup, and he is gonna expose the hell out of the lack of thickness if Quinton gets a chance to stand next to him, which I'm sure he will. Now Quinton's front double bicep and the front lat spread, they are going to be competitive against anyone not just in this lineup, especially if he fills out properly. But the side shorts are Nick's all day long. I mean, Nick Walker has one of the most impressive side shorts in bodybuilding right now. Plus, his back is also really good. And it is going to be really hard to beat Nick Walker in both of the front double and the back lat spread shot, not just by Quinton but anyone in that lineup. So really it is gonna come down on how much density, how much thickness he has been able to pack on his back. So Quinton will be a lot more impressive in those front shots, especially with more adductors, which was really a top priority when Matt Jensen set up an off-season plan for him. So Quinton's last show was Texas Pro 2022, and if you guys remember, that was actually the pro debut of Andrew Jacked, where he absolutely shocked the entire bodybuilding world with his insane size, his aesthetics, his flow, and the way he's just put up together. And that package of Andrew Jacked and standing next to him on the stage, that was actually what made Quinton realize that he needs to go back to the drawing board and just focus on adding more mass to his frame. Because these three guys, Quinton, Andrew Jacked and Samson Dauda, they could be the future of men's open bodybuilding. And that is the vision that Quinton has right now.
Like the front double front lat, I don't know if relax counts, side tricep potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I really like my back lat now. My back lat came up a lot. So,
yeah.
But I just don't know how it looks next to somebody like him.
There is a reason why Tonio Burton is top 8 in the world. He was 215 pounds on the stage. But really, when you have such incredible round muscle bellies and one of the most complete backs in the bodybuilding world, it doesn't really matter what your weight is on the scale. Even if you are the lightest guy on the Olympia stage, you still stand out. And that is why he is top 8 in the world. That is why he was able to beat guys like Regan Grimes, Charles Griffin, and Hassan Mustafa. And that latest back shot released by Tonio's coach just a few days out of the New York Pro, which is gonna be his second New York Pro. That is absolutely insane. Now you can pick Tonio apart, especially from the front and from the side, especially if you compare his size and the amount of muscle mass that he has in comparison to all the other open guys. But when this man turns around, that is a completely different story. And this is what we saw at the Arnold Classic South America, where Phil Brandao was appearing a bigger, more rounded guy from the front and from the side as well. But he was actually being dwarfed by Tonio Burton in both of the back shots. That is how wide he appears from the back. So Tonio is the winning New York Pro champion, and he has every right to believe that he's gonna be the one fighting for the top spot against Nick Walker. So if I am being realistic, I don't think Tonio Burton or anybody else out there in this lineup, they are at a point just yet where they can actually beat a Nick Walker who is at his 100%. But Tonio Burton is going to make sure that he does everything in his power to finish at least second in this lineup, so that he could win California Pro, which is happening the very next weekend, so that he can get his Olympia qualification, shut the season down, because he has been prepping for a really long time, and he needs a break, and then a decent off-season before he starts his Olympia prep. So will we ever see Sergio Oliva Jr. back on the stage? Most likely we will, because he has got a chip on his shoulder. So Sergio 100% believes that the show that he lost in the recent years was due to the fact that he wasn't able to peak right on the show day. He was unable to bring his 100% on the stage. And just like a guy like Hunter Labrada, he's one of those guys who are way bigger in person compared to what you see on the camera. Now, I for one, as a bodybuilding fan, thought that 2024 could have been the year where Sergio Oliva Jr. could have brought his all-time best to the stage. And there were actually several reasons to believe Now we are gonna see Sergio at his absolute best. He was really locked in terms of training because one of the greatest of all time, Dorian Yates, was actually the one training him for this prep. Plus, he was working with a new coach this time, Neil Hill, so a different strategy could have helped him until we heard that news that he tore his ankle. And that was pretty much it from this prep. So when was the last time we saw Sergio Oliva Jr. on the stage? It was Cali Pro 2023. And it was far from his personal best. So Sergio really did not have any success in terms of placings in the last 2 years. And if I'm not mistaken, he turns 40 this coming October. Now we know he needs to get his ankle fully healed before he gets into the prep phase one more time, before he starts rebuilding his physique. But this comeback needs to happen sooner than later, because he isn't getting any younger. Plus we have so much new talent coming up every single year. And all these younger guys are really hungry to prove their worth to make their mark. Next up, we have the physique update of Theo Leguerrier, one of the best from France, and one of those guys who had the maximum amount of time for this offseason to work on his weaknesses, to bring up his weak body parts. And the reason is he won the last show of 2023, which was one of the earliest shows to qualify for the Olympia 2024. So 2 of the post-Olympia shows, Romania and Prague, they were won by Samson Dauda. So basically he denied the Olympia qualification to everyone who competed in those shows. So Theo Leguerrier played it really smart, and he did the 3rd show of the season, and that was Japan Pro, where the competition wasn't as deep as we are getting to see in all these shows that are happening this year. And he won that show, and this is what needs to be done, by many athletes actually, in order for them to qualify for the Olympia, and in order to improve your physique up to a point where they can crack top 10 at the Olympia level. These guys need to choose their shows more strategically. So Theo isn't the biggest guy in the men's open bodybuilding, but you have got to appreciate the conditioning that he brings to the stage every single time. He is always peeled front to back, top to bottom. So this offseason allowed him to get as high as 285 pounds. And we still have a few months to go before he officially starts the prep for the Olympia. So top 10 at the Olympia this year is gonna be absolutely stacked. So that is out of question, especially for a guy like Theo. But if he's able to beat his previous best looks, that is gonna be a win for him.
We saw Hadi come in March, just clean house, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be one hell of a showdown.
The legendary Jay Cutler, whose opinion is respected among the entire bodybuilding community. He was there at the Pittsburgh Pro, watching all these guys get pose. And other than Big Ramy, all the top guys were there. And this is the assessment Jay Cutler made. Derek Lesford and Hadi Choopan are going to be fighting for the top spot once again this year. So this is what many of us have been saying, specifically after watching Hadi Choopan absolutely smashing the whole competition at the Arnold Classic, Ohio. And it is kind of funny that 2 guys who are outraged by everyone in that top 6 at the Olympia, and 2 guys who are the former 212 bodybuilders. These guys are absolutely dominating the men's open bodybuilding.
I still believe you're looking at, like, no one else I saw on that stage looks to rival those 2 guys.
Probably, yeah.
And as of right now, it doesn't seem like anyone is going to be able to challenge them. And from the looks of it, it seems like Derek has made some significant improvements this year. His legs in particular looked way better. And he always is extremely professional, even when he is guest posing. So there is anything that you can expect from the Persian Wolf Hadi Choopan. He was able to improve in such a short time, from the Olympia to the Arnold in a matter of just 4 months. And now they know what they need to duplicate to maybe win another title this year. So Hadi Rambod as a coach has a really tough job to do, but he is in a win-win situation either way. So do you guys agree with Jay Cutler's statement here? Do let me know in the comments below. And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.